Welcome to the Confident Speaker Podcast by Speaking Your Brand. This is your host, AI Carol. Let me ask you something. Have you ever sat through a presentation that felt like it was dragging on forever, even though the topic was interesting? Chances are the speaker made one or more of the biggest presentation mistakes. Today, we're digging into the 5 most common mistakes I see presenters make and what you can do instead to keep your audience engaged, inspired, and wanting more. I remember one presentation I gave years ago at a local networking group. I had great content, solid slides, and I knew my stuff. Yet halfway through, I could feel the energy drop in the room. People were checking their phones, shifting in their seats. I was doing all the right things, so what was missing? Let's break down the biggest mistakes I've seen over the years. And yes, I've made them myself, so you can avoid them and really shine when you're on stage. Mistake number 1, starting with a weak opening. Your audience decides within the first 30 seconds whether they're going to mentally stay with you or start making a grocery list in their head. And yet too many speakers start with something like, "Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here." Snooze. Instead, start strong. Ask a thought-provoking question. Share a quick anecdote. Give them a reason to lean in. One of my favorite ways, a relatable story that connects to your audience's experience. Something that says, "I see you." Mistake number 2, giving content. That's too generic or basic. This is tricky because as experts, we often underestimate how much we know. But if your content is too surface level or not tailored to the people in the room, they'll either get bored or assume you're not the right fit for what they need. Do some quick audience research before your talk. Ask the event organizer, survey attendees, or use show of hands questions at the beginning. Then adjust your examples, language, and depth of content. Your role isn't to explain everything, it's to meet your audience where they are and help them move to the next step. Mistake number 3, not having a clear structure. When your talk feels like a collection of ideas strung together, your audience doesn't know how to follow your message, let alone remember it. No matter how good the individual pieces are, people need to sense where you're going. That's where a clear structure comes in. We use the 3-act storytelling framework, a beginning that sets up the audience's challenge, a middle that provides your ideas or solution, and an end that shows them what's possible moving forward. Structure doesn't limit you. It frees your audience to follow your message with ease. Mistake number 4, talking at the audience instead of with them. Ever been in a presentation where the speaker talks for 45 minutes straight without once checking in? Here's the thing. Presentation should be a two-way experience. Even if your audience isn't speaking out loud, they should feel engaged. Ask questions, invite interaction, build in moments where they reflect, write something down, or share with the person next to them if you're in a room. We call this speaker presence, and it's less about posturing and more about connection. Mistake number 5, ending abruptly or with an afterthought. The way you end matters just as much as how you start. If you rush the ending, you miss your opportunity to leave the audience with something to remember, act on, or feel inspired by. Instead, end on a high, recap your big idea, give them 1-2 next steps, and close with an empowering message or short story that ties everything together. One of my favorite things to do is play upbeat music at the end of my session and let people filter out with that feeling of energy and momentum. So let's recap. To deliver a compelling and memorable talk, start strong, hook your audience from the first sentence, match your content to your audience's level and needs. Structure your talk with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Engage your audience throughout. It's a shared experience. Finish with a powerful and clear wrap-up that leaves a lasting impression. Your voice and ideas matter. Your presentation can influence, inspire, and open doors. Make sure your content and delivery are helping, not harming your message. If you'd like help crafting your signature talk, head over to speakingyourbrand.com. You'll find ways we can work together to help you create a presentation that connects, converts, and gets you booked. And be sure to follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify for more insightful and actionable strategies. This on-demand episode was generated by my AI voice clone trained on speaking your brand content. Now go out there and inspire your audience. You've got this.